Welcome to another video on the Cyber Crisis Planning Room, or CyberCPR. In this video we're going to be looking at system administration. So I'm going to kick off by logging into the console using an account that I set up during the initial installation phase. Once I've logged in, I'm going to land on what we call the dashboard. This is where the system administrator can see the current disk utilization, memory and CPU usage. On the left you'll see a series of buttons. The dashboard will bring me back here. Underneath that is the authentication logs. These show me who has tried and either successfully or otherwise logged in. Notice the red ones clearly showing failed logins. On the right hand side is a source IP address column. This allows me to see the source of the attempted login. If I see if somebody's trying to brute force, I can identify the source of that machine. Underneath that is activity logs. And these activity logs will show the actual in-incident activities. Notice how they're sanitized and do not show the system administrator what's going on. Under that is the System Administration tab, and here is where the sysadmin would set things like the IP address, the subnet mask and default gateway should you allow this machine to talk to the internet. Obviously we're going to be using SSL, and you might want to use your own SSL certificate, and here we allow you to either self-generate or install your own certificate into the web server. Under that is where we do the backup and restoration of CPR files. After that we have the licensing. Here you can see how many licenses you've used, and CPR uses an active user licensing mechanism. You can also see the license type. Should you wish to update or renew your license, this is where you'll simply click the button, paste your license in there into the box and hit activate, and then you'll have a new license mode. Finally, we now move to the system administration part of the user directory. This is where you can see all of the users who are currently active or otherwise on the system. All user accounts are listed here. As you can see, I can hover over and get a little bit more information about each individual user. We list all of the users in the priority. At the top are CPR administrators. After that, application managers, and then application users. This allows you to see the most important people at the top. Clicking on any of the bars will take you to the profile of that user, and you can either book a meeting with them or you can send them a message. Note that these messages and meeting requests are outside any incident because this is the sysadmin, and sysadmin has no access to any incidents. If you click on the edit button, you can actually see any of the user accounts, and you can edit any feature or aspect of that. Telephone numbers, email addresses, and even the overall privileges, whether they be an application manager or an application user. You can also disable the account here by unchecking the active button. And finally you'll see there is a time zone which allows you to set the time zone for the individual user. If you change any aspect of this, you will need your password to save those changes. So here we're going to show you how to add a user. Simply click Add User, insert the details, the first name, surname, email address, telephone number and username for that individual. Note that the email address must be unique in the system. You're also required to set an initial password. Notice how the password reset button is ticked and cannot be unticked. That is because all new users must have to reset their password upon initial account creation. Once you've set the initial password and validated that you have it correct, you can pick the kind of role that this person has. Notice we have 3 roles available at this point: System Administrator, Application Manager and Application User. If you select a system administrator at this point, this user will only ever be able to do system administration. If you select application manager or application user, they will only ever be able to use the application. We do not allow people to change between administration and using the system. Once you've hit everything and it's all correct, hit save and your user has been added. When a user is just initially added to the dashboard, their name will appear at the top of the list. Simply refresh the page and their user account will be placed in the appropriate location. And that's it. That's a quick run through of the System Administration Console. In the next videos, we will show you how you can add an incident, deal with evidence and entities, and also generally use the application. Anything else, check out our website at www.cybercpr.com. Thank you.